My dear friends in Christ, I welcome you to the 30th day of our global family liberation. Today, we shall be reflecting and we shall be praying for the refugees and the migrants. Who are the refugees? Who are the migrants? What is the difference between a refugee and a migrant? What are the challenges facing the refugees and the migrants? Why do we have more refugees and migrants in the world today? These and many others are some of the issues we shall be reflecting in our 30th day of global family liberation. The refugees, the migrants, what are their relationship with the family? Especially, what are their relationship with global family liberation? Now, let's start by defining who are the refugees and who are the migrants. I'm defining it according to my own layman definitions. I know you may have a better definitions. The refugees are those who flew, underline the one flew, they ran away, they escaped, who flew their country due to war and natural disaster or unfavorable condition in their country. Those who flew their own country of origin could be due to war, violence, and other natural disasters. Somebody just said that refugees are people running away because of persecution. Now, remember, the most important thing is when you leave your country to another man's country, you are running for safety. Running, in fact, the word there, refuge. From the word refuge, we get refugees. Those who are seeking for refuge, looking for a place of refuge. Okay? Now, those of you or those who leave their country of origin seeking for refuge due to unfavorable condition, due to war, natural disaster, or other unfavorable condition in their country of origin. Those are the people I consider refugees. Jews. The migrants, maybe there may not be war, there may not be any natural disaster, but on their own, they may decide to migrate. Just the word migrants. Migrate from their country of origin to another country of their choice. But there must be reason why people are migrating. People don't just migrate for the sake of migrating. There must be reason. There must be reason. Most people migrate because they are looking for work. There is no job in their country of origin. So they decided to migrate to other countries. Some use the word looking for greener pasture. So that is it. Now, we have economic migrants just because maybe the economy in your country is not so favorable, no employment, and then you decided to migrate. Unemployment is a major reason why people migrate, why people leave their country to other countries. Unemployment. Somebody said migrants are those who enter another country due to search of greener pastures. Yes. Majority of people do that because of that. In search of greener pastures. Yeah, for better living condition, education. I love that. Some migrate due to education, and then some for special training, for special course, they migrate to another country. Okay. So, whatever reason, people, and then there are other set of people that migrate due to maybe insecurity, because you are feeling insecure in your country. Like most of you who have traveled outside places like Nigeria, you have run away because of Boko Haram, terrorism, insurgencies, and that is one reason why people actually migrate. They leave their country of origin and run to a place where they feel more secured. So insecurity is another reason why people leave their country of origin. Some may equally add political, instability, political tension. So in a country where you don't feel secured politically, a country where you know that there is injustice, okay, there is corruption, people who cannot tolerate, people who cannot face corruption can as well migrate, they leave. Okay? And then people can as well leave their country of origin for vocation. I know a good number of priests, religious, who are working outside their country of origin. So that is another reason why people migrate. Just to, like here in Nigeria now, we have vocation boom. Vocation boom. And I know the major reason for this vocation boom is unemployment. And because of that, you see so many young men, so many young ladies looking for vocation, looking for, and unfortunately, there is no place for them to get vocation in Nigeria now. Oh, I mean, admission into seminary, admission into religious life, very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. And one of the reasons why it is like that is we have vocation boom. By the time the economy improves, most of this vocation will die down. Okay, it happened in Ireland. That was the time Ireland was facing similar issues, unemployment, a lot of problems. Most of their young men and women went into religious life, missionary life. They became priests. But one thing I like about the church in Ireland, they were able to harness this gift of vocation. And then after ordaining these priests, they sent them to so many continents, Africa, Asia, and we are the beneficiary. Okay? When they had their own vocation boom, they did not, they made the best use of it. And that is why, as at that time, Irish missionaries were the highest number of missionaries all over the world. So they trained them, ordained them, and sent them out on mission. And that's when you have, Irish priests all over the world. And I can assure you that even Nigeria, most of our early missionaries, they were Irish priests. But unfortunately for Africans are so selfish, so self-centered when it comes. I know right now we have so many priests, so many religious working all over the world, which are African. It's good. Okay? But back home where I am broadcasting from, here in Nigeria, we have vocation boom at the moment. But the bishops, they frown at it. Instead of them to gather these young men, gather these young women, train them, ordain them, and then send them out on mission. Instead, they are frustrating these vocations. So, this may not be the right place to discuss this, because we are actually talking about migrants and refugees. But at the same time, when we talk about vocation, religious migrants, that is what gives room. And I'm aware, or you are aware, that Pope Francis has created a special ministry where he even expected that missionaries from Africa can now go over to Europe and then do a re-evangelization. Okay? There is room for that, but it's just for our bishops in Africa. Because the way they fight against young vocations, the way they discourage, let me use the word, discourage young vocations. They just take the little they feel they can manage. They are not thinking broadly. They are not thinking widely. Even in Nigeria, go to the northern part of Nigeria, we need manpower. We need religious priests. You don't have enough priests in northern part of Nigeria. That is predominantly the Muslim part of Nigeria. They are looking for priests over there. These priests or these bishops in the southern part of Nigeria, they I don't know whether they are blind. They are so selfish, so self-centered that they cannot even harness this vocation. Allow these young people who have zeal to serve God, allow them, ordain them, and then send them, even if it is northern part of Nigeria, send them to part of the world where they are lacking vocation. Vocation. Come to our own Carmelite order. Okay? Most of our houses in Ireland has been closed down. Because now the reverse is the case. Ireland that used to be the nursery ground for vocation, now go there now. Their economy has improved greatly. Their young people are no longer interested in religious life. They no longer have vocation. Each time you keep hearing our Irish priests, they are the ones that trained us, the Carmelites. You keep hearing them. They are closing one house. They are closing one community or another. Closing churches. Turning churches into restaurant or whatever. Turning churches. They will sell it off and then they'll use it for other secular purpose. But these people are so selfish. They can't even, they come to Nigeria. They have vocation. They have Carmelites in Nigeria whom they have trained. And I'm one of those they trained. Now, some of these Carmelites in Nigeria, why can't you send them to Ireland to go and work as missionaries? After all, when you people have vocation boom, I'm talking of Irish now. When you people have vocation boom, you send your priests to all over the world. What stops you now? Coming to Nigeria, going to Africa, train your priests, send them to your country. But you people are so selfish that you don't even trust the people you train. That is the problem we're having. You can't even trust them. What is the essence of investing so much training priests in Nigeria? And then you don't trust them to come and manage some of these churches you are closing down. Some of these places you are closing down. What stops you? Why can't you trust the people you train? So that is the problem we're having. And when we talk about religious migrant. But the Pope is encouraging a second evangelization to most of these countries that brought evangelization to Africa. Now Africa is booming with life, booming with vocation. The Pope is encouraging Africans to go to all those areas where the church is dying down, to go back and do a second evangelization, re-evangelization. And that is, the world must be open to this, because the Bible said it, the first shall be the last, and the last shall be the first. I told you one of the agenda I have is that I know that the Great Britons, or what we call today UK, London, they are the ones that civilized us. They brought civilization to us. And God told me that he will use me to evangelize them. It will come to pass. That is good news for you. And God has already given us the approval. I will share it very soon with you. God will use us to re-evangelize them. Okay? And you should not shy away from that. You should not, because you may think that they know. They don't know anything spiritually, religiously. Most of them don't know, because what time do they even have to train them on the word of God? Okay? They don't know. We are the one to re-evangelize them. We are the one to introduce them. They brought it to us. They brought Christianity. They brought civilization. But as I'm talking to you right now, because of influence of secularization, they are nowhere in terms of religious life, in terms of spiritual life. So God has given us the mandate to go out there and re-evangelize them. We shall come to that. That is not what we are talking about. Today, we are talking about refugees, migrants. Okay? Yeah, thank you very much. Somebody say Africa is the hope of the church. God bless you. It is one, in fact, the most honest thing you have ever said since you joined this platform. So now, that is it. The migrants, let me hear from you. What are the challenges migrants are facing? What are the challenges refugees are facing? living in a refugee camp, you people can bring out some of those challenges you are facing because you are the one, you are the best to say it. And that's why tonight, most of the sharing this night will be from migrants. Those of you who are actually living as migrants or as refugees. When you call, you tell us your status. Don't be afraid because tonight God is going to deliver you. God is going to bless you. So please, when you call, you let us know whether you are calling as a refugee or as a migrant. And when you call, you can even tell us one or two challenges you people are facing over there. So please, but for now, because I'm not in a position to say that I'm not a migrant, you are. So somebody just mentioned discrimination, racism. It has been there and it will continue to be there. Racism, discrimination, okay? Racism, discrimination, and then we have language barrier. Another person say no freedom, okay? Language barrier is a very good one because when you are living in places like Germany, where you are living in places like Greece, you have to learn their language. Okay, poor living condition. We are talking about refugees now. Poor living conditions. Somebody mentioned humiliation. Wow. A lot of people are talking about language barrier. No problem, I understand. And then people also talk about loneliness because you are living in a country. Maybe you are coming from Africa that practice communal life, and now you find yourself in a country that practice individualism, a life of individualism. There is no way you will find it. It's so cold. The life out there may be so cold. Some say rejection, segregation. It's all over the place, even here in Nigeria, in Africa. Segregation, that's what we call tribalism. Cultural differences. Oh, and an interesting nostalgia. Nostalgia. And then there's one that I have been receiving as prayer point almost every day. Documentation, legal document. Father, please pray. People, not that people wants to have illegal document. People they use it as a prayer point all the time. Father, please pray that God should bless me with a good visa, good documentation. People are ready to pay. People are ready to do everything to get it right. But what is making it difficult? Why are we not getting good documentation? When people want to do the right thing, why are the government finding it difficult to help them out? Why does it take time, such a long time, to give people who wants to do the right thing, who wants to get the legal document? Why are they finding it difficult to give people the right document? It's a very tricky condition or situation. Somebody wants to get it right. Somebody wants to get the document, not that it's not ready to pay, and then the system is making it very, very difficult for the people to get the right documentation. And yet they are using it against them. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. Okay? It is everywhere. Even your country, before you travel out, if there is a good system of documentation, if it is a fair system, you just walk into your embassy and then you apply. Visa is granted, but they will make it very difficult for people to get their visa. Okay? And then, or you want to migrate, they will not even give you enough time. The time limit will be too short. Okay? So a lot of challenges people are facing, especially in the area of documentation. Document. People want to get document. People want to live legally, but with the system allow people to live legally, look at the what people pass through. Yeah? Look at the kind of, especially we're here in Nigeria, before you can get the right document. And that's why out of frustration, people may decide to travel illegally. And when they find it, oh my God, it is now when they now travel illegally, they just term them refugees, okay? And then they will end up in the refugee camp. Okay, somebody has just mentioned xenophobia, or whether you call it xenophobia, racism, tribalism, they are all in the same class. We are talking of discrimination here. So they are everywhere. Black, discriminating against their fellow black. White, discriminating against black. Racism. So it depends. But all these are different forms of discrimination. People talk about intimidation. Intimidation can come from two angles. Intimidation, those who are, people from the origin,